All right, season 31 is in the books in terms of at least sanctioned games. The NDL NIT is still going on, but we can recap fully what Tulane has done here. There will be a video later showing our elimination in the NIT. So our season is officially done. I can kind of rest with Tulane. Probably going to be playing a lot of MLB. If you haven't already seen that, it probably doesn't come as a surprise. So we know what we did in the regular season. We went 11-1. We won our conference championship game to make it 12-1. We won our bowl game to make it 13-1. So that is tied for the best season that we've had in the NDL, because I went 12-1 during the regular season, losing a conference championship game when I had Nebraska in the Big 12 to Knoll when he had Texas, and then we won our bowl game. So we've been able to match 13 wins. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. Cup play. We didn't make it far in the cup, but it was a really fun group. Didn't get to play this one, but we did get to play at Iowa, lost on the last play. And we played Florida and lost in the last 40 seconds. So really fun playing two of the better coaches and teams better coach team combinations in the league, and being able to play within one score, pretty fun. But let's look at a little more detail when it comes to Tulane, looking between the weeds, so to speak. We'll open up another tab here for the team sheet. That one I do not have, and we'll slot that at the end. So, final statistics. Mensa, almost 3K yards, just 29 yards short, 25 touchdowns, 16 picks. Love that TD interception ratio. Definitely the best I've had so far in 3 seasons. I will gladly take that. So the passing game being impactful, love to see it. Hughes ended up rushing for 1,800 yards, 286 carries, 6.5 a carry, 22 touchdowns, just 1 fumble. Take that to 28 broken tackles, so 1 every 10 or so plays. Offensive line doing a good job creating holes for him. In the receiving game, Williams led the way. Second in receptions, but first in yards and touchdowns. 11 TDs, 816 yards through the air, 43 receptions. Unfortunately, also tied for the lead in drops. But hey, he's productive. I'm not going to complain. Brown, second in yardage, 49 receptions, led the team. He had 8 TDs. Hughes third, so it's kind of nice to see, because I feel like the way I play my running back tends to be higher up, like really close to my number 1 receiver in receptions because of checkdowns. Obviously, you'll have some screenplays, you have that, but I'd rather check it down to my running back than throw an interception. One thing I'll try to change going forward, though, is getting my running back maybe a third down back to get on the field to take wear and tear away from my starting running back. But still, I'll take what I got. Fleming, the slot receiver, 360 yards through the air, 21 receptions. And then the tight ends up next. 2 tight ends. Difference in yardage. Receptions pretty close, but both being able to be utilized in the passing game, I'll take it. Offensive line, Graham led the team in pancakes. Green right behind him. 1 sack allowed by Graham. I mean, those two were stellar all season long. Defensively, Machado, I've been calling him the heart and soul of this defense. You can see 99 tackles, 20 for a loss, 4.5 sacks, 8 picks, forced 5 fumbles, and also recovered 1. So he did a lot defensively for us. Rogers right behind him in tackles with 74. He's not on the field in all formations, but I do try to do a good job of getting him mixed in and moving him around, calling him a chess piece. Taking that phrase from Todd Bowles. He's been impactful as well. 74 tackles, 2.5 sacks, couple of interceptions and fumble recoveries. Ransaw had a streak where he had an interception maybe 5 games in a row. He ends up with 9, leading the secondary tackles with 73. Sacks as a whole, much better. Allen, impact defensive end with 7. Jenkins, impact defensive tackle with 6.5. They both started slow, but they really got going later in the season. Love to see that. And you see the linebackers, middle linebacker 4.5, outside linebacker 2.5. slot corner 2, safety 1.5, just everyone being able to pitch in. And honestly, that was the theme for us all season. Everyone pitching in and finding ways to help out the defense. Love what we saw, and really hoping going forward, whatever team I have, if it's not Tulane, that concept still applies. Kicking. Barnes, 14 to 17. He got things going later, thankfully, because he was struggling early on with some misses, but he got stuff going. He was clutch when we needed him down the stretch. Very happy with his second half of the season. And then the return game. Cargo. 1. But remember, a cup game, he ran one back. He ran one back in the NIT as a kick returner, and he ran one back as a punt returner. So Cargo, impactful, obviously just one actual touchdown because cup games don't count statistically, nor does the NIT. But Cargo is very impactful, and he did have a couple of long returns where he wasn't able to get to the end zone, but set up good field position for us. So thank you, Cargo. The X Factor, making an impact. In terms of team rankings, overall, points, 455, good for 21st in the NDL. First downs were 16th. Total offense, almost 5,000 yards of offense. We sit 21st. So I love that. First downs were 16. I would love to have more points, be higher up in points than first downs, but the big plays were there. We scored points. I'm very glad with that. I'll take it. In terms of the run game, 2,000 as a team, 23rd, almost 3K passing, 36th. The top third in the league there. Third down percentage, 52. So top third of the league there as well. Fourth down, we were 3 of 4, 16. So when we did go, converted at a high rate. Touchdowns, interceptions in the red zone, 25 to 9. Happy with that. Turnovers, though, this is a huge one. Only 17, so just a little over 1 a game. And if you remember against Duke, we turned the ball over 5 times. So you take that game away, that's 12 over 13, less than a turnover a game. That's a big reason for winning. If you don't turn the ball over, it's really hard to lose. And then punt return yardage, something else that stands out, 7. So obviously we ran one back, so that definitely helps. And then total yardage, 6,100 if you add in kick return and punt return. Defensively, 11th in the nation in points, 247. First downs, 49th. Total offense, we were middle of the pack with 62. Running, allowed 1,100 yards, 40th. Passing, 2760, 92nd. That's not great. Third down percentage, 43. I'm okay with that. Definitely wanted it under 45. Able to do that. Fourth down, 7 to 10. Like to see that at a lower rate, but it is what it is. 12 to 6 in terms of TD to interceptions in the red zone. And then turnovers, the big one. We ranked 4th in the nation, 47 turnovers forced, 10 recovered fumbles, so we're 3rd, and then 37 picks, we're 6th. So the defense, even though they gave up a big chunk of yards, especially passing-wise, able to force turnovers. Those interceptions, that number right there, extremely huge in our season success. Then looking at the team sheet for the last time this season. So our strength of schedule finished at 105. Offensive power rating 40, defense 45. Opponent win percentage was 40%. We had 1 quad 1 game, we won. We had 2 quad 2 games, we went 1-1. Quad 3 were 2-0, quad 4 9-0. In terms of top 50 Massey games, just 1 we won it, 1-0, and 1 ranked game on the season. That was East Carolina in the AAC Championship. It's Power 4 teams, 2-1, Group of 5, 11-1 our conference, plus San Jose State in the bowl. 7-0 at home, 6-1 on the road. Big difference in point differential, basically 2 touchdowns there. And then you can see the ratings of our opponents here. You've got Boise at 62. So in terms of the Massey, 3 teams in the top 65, top half of the league. 2 almost cracking 50. Purdue at 79. I was out of conference, and then everything in conference after. The highest Massey rating opponent we played was East Carolina. They're not listed here because this only goes up to the end of the regular season. not including conference championships. And then defensively, 43, at least in the regular season. Duke, 59. Those are the two highest. Those are on the road as well, our only loss of the season. Not bad. Massey ratings, we finish 31. So in the group of 5, we finished behind Central Michigan. They finished 26. We finished behind Old Dominion. They finished 16. Happy with that. No complaints whatsoever. A successful season. So one more video in terms of actual games played. That'll be the NDL NIT game against East Carolina, number 1, and then 2. One more video to wrap up this season, probably looking at the Hall of Fame and looking at the results from the coach reports. Where will we sit? I'm not even gonna look at the coaching contract. We'll get everything added up. You'll see that there. And then I will make my declaration in video and we will go from there.